Parker. Welcome tonight, Kinley Missionary Baptist Church. That's Eric. I'm Kyle. If you can tell, not as much maybe from where you are sitting, but when you stand, they are in a V, the chairs tonight, taken from a childhood movie, The Mighty Ducks.
Childhood movie. We watched it last year.
I know. Shh, don't tell nobody.
All three of them. You DVR'd it.
I know I did.
We watched two on Netflix and then third one at your house.
Childhood movie from the early 90s. Yes. Ducks, they fly. Geese fly in a V. They share the load. And Goldberg's supposed to come out from the goal and do enough play. All right, so we're so glad you're here tonight. Hopefully you will have a wonderful start to your wonderful school year coming up soon.
That starts soon?
Tomorrow, right?
That starts tomorrow?
Yes. Maybe.
Maybe buy more gym shorts. All right.
Not tomorrow, you don't. You have to work. All right, yes, but we hope you have a wonderful first day. I hope you do. I hope y'all have a wonderful first day back at school. I know some of you are super excited about it, and some of you are dreading it. And for you homeschool or public, online, homeschool, whatever that is, Parker, that you do, I'm not sure if it's even real. You may have already started back, but just enjoy this new start to the week. It's okay. Hey, Kaylee. Welcome, Kaylee. Yay, Kaylee's here. All right, so Creech, are you ready to play a game? Come on, man. I am going to get the box and the $5. Hey, Riley. Hey, Josh. See? So I have $5, and he has the box. All right? So tonight, our game is going to involve everybody. Bibles may or may not be needed. I'm just kidding. They won't be needed. You all panicked really fast because like, oh, I don't have my Bible. I don't get a chance. Just bring your Bible and you always have a chance. All right. So it's going to be kind of like paper, rock, scissors, but we played it at Deep Impact for the middle schoolers who went gorilla, man, gun. It is now. All right. So, Creech.
Yes.
What would a gorilla beat? Gorilla. Man beats gorilla. Gorilla beats gun. Gun.
Dave, come here and tell us how this works. I would say gun beats everybody.
Come say this one more time, Dave, into the microphone so everybody can hear.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave,
Gorilla beats man, man beats gun, gun beats gorilla. If you tie, you die.
Gorilla beats man, man beats gun, gun beats gorilla. If you tie, you die.
The good news is we're not in charge of games in 2 weeks, so
Yep.
we ain't going to worry about this anymore.
Thank you. All right, so it's like paper, rock, scissors, but you're going to stand up back to somebody, and you'll say, gorilla, man, gun. And so gorilla is like this, gun is like this, and man, you just stand there. So if you don't want to do anything, just stand there and you're man, and you're probably going to be out really quick. So if, man, cross your arms. There you go, Riley. Thank you. Like that. You got to get that look on your face too. Josh, you're getting there. Yeah. Good job, Josh. It's okay. All right. So, but if you tie, so if we both do man, we're both out. Okay? Does anybody have a question? If so, raise your left hand. I know. I wasn't going to answer your questions. Parker, you got the left hand up. No, he's not an option. Gorilla, man, and gun are the only options. There is no Chuck Norris. That is not in this conversation right now. Gorilla beats man, man beats gun, gun beats gorilla. If you tie, you die. I know. I should have. All right, find your partner. Who is missing a partner? Who needs a partner? Everybody have a partner? Creech, you stay.
All right, here we go. And
Oh.
all right, here we go. Gorilla, man, gun, go. All right, if you lost or if you tied, sit down. If you're still standing, go find another partner.
If you're not sure, go find another partner. Who's still in? Find your partners. Macy, do you have a partner? Gun beats gorilla.
Dave, you're out in the first round.
Man beats gun. Man
That's
beats
embarrassing.
gun beats gorilla.
Who'd you lose to?
If you tie, you die.
That's even more embarrassing.
All right.
Are we ready?
Wait. We got one. All right, I won, so come on.
Got my money on Abby.
Ricky and Tim.
All right, here we go. Gorilla, man, gun, turn. If you lost, sit down. If you tied, sit down. If you're a winner, come up to the front.
To the front.
Come up to the front row.
Jackson.
Parker.
What's up, buddy?
No, you didn't lose. Never mind.
Dave, Morgan, Abby. If you
And
tie, you die.
Ricky.
Ricky. So we got the younger.
Ricky is undefeated. I know.
All right,
That was
partner
a good
up.
sold, I think.
Partner up. All right, Jackson, you and me. But you lost. I know. You and me.
Fair. All right, ready. Gorilla, man, gun, turn. And both out. And
Wait, if everybody's out, stay.
did y'all all tie?
Oh,
Man beats gun. Gabe is your
oh,
winner.
no, Gabe. That's what I'm talking about. You win.
All right, cut the music.
Oh, I can't reach spots.
It's heavy. I'll get it. Be careful with this fragile.
All right, Gabe. Gabe, I have $5, or I have something in this box.
I'm not trusting the box.
You're not.
The box is not to be trusted.
The box is not to be trusted. What was in the box?
I don't know. What was in the
Find
box?
out.
Kyle.
Oh, cool.
You can wear those tomorrow at
I
school.
can wear these tomorrow at school. Thanks. What do you think, guys? It's pretty cool. Hey, Savannah, why don't you come on down and give us some announcements, y'all? Look, I never forget. Oh, yeah, this is Laura's. Hey, Laura, take this from me.
Hello. They made me walk all the way from back here. Whatever. Thank you. Shush. We got to get to the singing. Okay, well, next week we're going to be doing an outdoor activity instead of being in here. We'll probably come in here anyway. But we will also start to pass out information on the fall retreat starting next week. On September 11th, we will have youth, but it will not be a full-blown service. On September 18th, we will have our big kickoff to the new school year service. Please invite as many of your friends as possible. And please remember that we have Bible studies on Wednesday night starting at 6:30 and ending at 8. Thank you.
Thank you. You did a great job, Savannah. That was fantastic. Hey, Kyle, you made it. Okay. Well, you know, coffee is for closers. So,
Yeah,
True.
to be
You-
fair,
you
I don't
got
come
some
in on this
time.
first song for a little while, so we're good. All right, everybody, if you will, please stand up. I think I arranged these chairs in ways you kind of have to walk to the ends and come to the front, unless you just squeeze through things. If so, that's fine too.
Welcome, Witt family.
I'm just saying, that didn't work as good in Mighty Ducks. You couldn't break through them. So,
Look, it's Mighty Ducks themed. No one's complaining.
no, not at all.
And if they are, you can team up with the next person to set chairs up, and you can design it because it's awesome to design your own design.
Well, I thought this game should have been Beats, Bears, and Battlestar Galactica.
Ooh.
Next time.
Actually, we're not in charge of games. Talk to Aldria.
Audrey,
And Roger.
next time, remember, Beats, Bears, Battlestar Galactica.
That's a
Hey,
rabbit
that's
hole.
fine. Cool. Thank you guys for being here. A lot of you going back to school tomorrow. Some of you are homeschooled. Maybe not be going back. Maybe you went back technically a while back. Maybe you just hardcore and don't stop. So I don't know how that works. Okay, well, Audrey says hers hasn't started yet. She's going on vacation still. But just in case in the midst of everything else I forget, I hope you guys have a great first week back. I know tomorrow is probably full of a bunch of anxiety and things if you're anything like me. So hopefully you have like a peaceful first day and everything goes great. And he has a slinky. But yeah, first song is the Need to Breathe song. Just joining this really fun song. But this morning, I don't know if she's in here right now. I don't see her. She was here earlier. Rebecca's mom was really getting into the music this morning. I thought it was awesome. I had the pleasure of sitting beside her this morning, and it was really cool. She's what? She's in Bible study. Maybe if she hears me in a room. But that was awesome this morning. So this morning or tonight as we're playing or singing, feel free to just worship God. However, if that means you sing off key very loudly, that's fine. I do that up here with a microphone. That's okay. If you like lift your hands, that's cool. If you don't lift your hands, that's fine too. But just whatever it is, just don't be afraid or don't hold back tonight. Just let it just be between you and God and let everything else just get put aside because that's where it belongs. So, yeah, thanks.
In your ocean, I'm ankle deep. I feel the waves crashing on my feet. It's like I know where I need to be, but I can't figure out just how much air I will need to breathe. When your tide rushes over me, there's only one way to figure out. Will you let me drown? Will you let me drown? Hey now, this is my desire, consuming like a fire. 'Cause I just want something beautiful to touch me. I know that I'm in reach, 'cause I am down on my knees, waiting for something beautiful. Whoa, 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 something beautiful. And the water is rising quick, and for years I was scared of this. You can't be sure when it will subside, so I won't leave your side. No, I can't leave your side. Hey now, this is my desire, consuming like a fire. 'Cause I just want something beautiful to touch. I know that I'm in reach, 'cause I am down on my knees, waiting for something beautiful. Whoa.
sometimes that happens, guys. I mean, sometimes the Legos quit. And Legos aren't forever, but Jesus is. So.
And we've got the fire, so.
We got that fire.
They're working now, though, so it's okay.
Nothing can separate, not even if I ran away. Your love never fails. No, I still make mistakes, but you have new mercies for me every day. Your love never fails. You stay the same through the ages. Your love never changes. There may be pain in the night, but joy comes in the morning. And when the oceans rage, I don't have to be afraid, 'cause I know that you love me. Your love never fails. The wind is strong and the water's deep. I'm not alone here in these open seas. Your love never fails. Chasm is far too wide. I never thought I'd reach the other side. Your love never fails. You stay the same through the ages. Your love never changes. Maybe pain in the night, joy comes in the morning. And when the oceans rage, I don't have to be afraid, 'cause I know that you love me. Your love never fails. You make all things work together for my good. You make all things work together for my good. You make all things work together for my good. You make all things work together for my good. You stay the same through the ages. Your love never changes. Maybe pain in the night, joy comes in the morning. And when the oceans rage, I don't have to be afraid, because I know that you love me. Your love never fails. You make all things work together for my good. You make all things work together for my
a chuckling happening on stage. We worked on our timing on Tuesday. It was 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a. Oh, if
It's
we're
1 and 2 and
1
3 and
2
4
and
and.
3 and 4 and. That song was supposed to end on the and. It didn't.
It ended on 1.
It ended
But
on
it's
1.
okay.
Ricky's been counting since Tuesday, nonstop. He added an extra beat because he forgot a few beats in the last one. So I know you guys probably didn't catch that at all, but things happen. They do. So forget all that. Forget that extra note. We're gonna play a bunch of notes now. As we start this one, I know the early services play this a bunch. I know we do whenever I was up here. I was talking to Rick Vick before all this started tonight, and he's kind of taking a break from early service band right now. And I did that about a year ago or more. I don't know, time flies when I'm older. So, we were both talking about a song this morning they did, and how those words hit us in a way that we'd played it a billion times, but whenever you're sitting there and you don't have an instrument in your hand, you don't have distractions anymore, how much a song can kind of hit you. And I know from my standpoint, even when maybe I'm in your position in the mornings, we're just reading words off a screen, sometimes that's all it is. We're not praising God, this is the music part, and this is where the words are, and then I'm going to sing those words or say those words or stand there with my arms crossed and stare at the screen for the next 10, 15 minutes. And that's fine. We all do whatever. But I encourage you to try to read these words and take these in as we sing them, and really imagine yourself in front of God in His throne, singing these songs to Him. Because technically in praising, that's what we are doing. It's not us just here spending time in a building and saying that, I went to church last night. It's us spending time here together, worshiping God together, lifting up our voices together. Sometimes life isn't the greatest, but the chorus in the song says, greater things have yet to come, greater things are still to be done in this city. I kind of think about that with a lot of you going to schools tomorrow and going into these buildings, that for me, going to a new school or going back to school was like a major panic attack for me. I remember being in elementary school and seeing North Johnson Middle School off of 95 every time we went to Smithfield for something, and I panicked, especially the summer before 6th grade, because I dreaded going there because it was new, and I have anxiety, and that just killed me. I'd start crying almost because it was so scary. Then I got there, and it really wasn't bad. I had some of the best times of my life in middle school, but sometimes we're not sure about things, and things are a little uneasy, and summer break, I'm sure, has flown by for a lot of you, and now we're going back to school tomorrow, and maybe we're excited, maybe we're dreading it, but just know that whatever's happening now, whatever's going on, that if maybe you're having a great time right now and things, but greater things are yet to come, and greater things are still to be done, and it's not because of us, it's because of God. So as we sing these words, let's really just try to focus on Him. Don't worry about who's beside you or whatever, but just really just focus on Him and sing these words out to God, who loves us so much, who has these great things in store for us that maybe we don't understand or don't understand what they look like, but He's got these things waiting for us. Let's just sing in glory of that.
Heavenly Father, I thank you for this night. God, I thank you for bringing us out here, Lord, and for preparing the way for us to come out and worship you tonight. God, I pray that as we prepare to go into the message, that you will clear our hearts and minds of anything that may be clouding them right now, Lord, that you will take away all of the worry and anxiety that we may be feeling, Lord, and just make room for you to speak to us, Lord. And I pray that you will give us the words that you want us to hear tonight, Lord, that the message that you would have us to hear and receive, God, and that we'll be able to take it from this place and share it with others, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
That could have been really bad. No, I don't tempt fate. So we start back to school tomorrow, guys. Well, some of us do. I mean, Zach, how do you feel? Yeah, okay. We saw in the video earlier, new possibilities, new beginnings, a fresh start. I wanted to ask you, what are your expectations for this year? What are some of your goals, or what are some of the things that you are looking forward to or working towards? And you can just say them out loud. I mean, what are your goals this year? What are you expecting out of this year? Get all A's. What else? Good grades. What else? Be more involved so you don't regret anything in your senior year. Let's hear from some of you seniors. I think we have Kansas. You're homeschooled. What are you expecting out of this year? That sounds about right. Casey, what are you expecting out of this year? You're expecting to graduate. That's a good thing to expect. What about some of you sixth graders who were just jumping in? Jenna, what are you expecting out of this year? You have no expectations going into middle school. Okay. She was very direct, and I need to call on somebody else. Morgan, what are you expecting out of this year at North Johnston Middle School? New friends? Old friends? Okay. Anybody else? I think I've called on a lot of people. Josh, you're a senior. What are you expecting out of this year, buddy? Okay. Madison, you're a freshman. What are you expecting from the high school? New friends? Old friends? You got a lot of friends, yeah, okay. It's good stuff. Tonight's not really going to be a message. I mean, it will have biblical scripture. It will tell you some things. Tonight's more of a testimony for me. So I'm not standing behind the little clear pulpit. It's not. So I'm just kind of sitting down here. I didn't even ask for the little earpiece tonight. Just want to talk to y'all. And I'll give you a little bit of my story over the past couple of weeks. And I felt that it was given to me for a reason, and wanted to share it with you. First of all, a couple of weeks ago, we celebrated my 30th birthday. And I want to say thank you, because I wasn't really expecting anything out of that day, and y'all made it pretty awesome. I wasn't expecting a party or a present or cake pops or games. I mean, y'all made me really kind of feel the love that night, and that was pretty awesome, so I appreciate that. I told people prior that my previous, I guess, best birthday, because I do that, I rank things. I guess it's one of those byproducts of being a sports fan. You want to see who's number one and number two, and you always complain about the college football polls coming out in August because you ain't played anybody. Why is Alabama number one? But I digress. Anyway, my previous best birthday would have been my 27th. And that was the year I was in Africa. And I woke up and I saw the sunrise over the Swaziland mountains that morning. And at 7 a.m., I was at a local high school delivering a devotion for 45 minutes. I visited and prayed with a lot of people who aren't able to get out of their huts that day. That night we had fish and chips. And when I say chips, they were like fries. I mean, but that was a weird thing because they didn't really eat fish a lot. And, you know, that was like a special meal. I don't know. They had cake too, and they don't ever eat cake because that's a rarity. And I don't know who told them it was my birthday. I didn't tell anybody because that really wasn't the point of the trip. But, I mean, it was really sweet of them. And then that night at our tent revival, I didn't really have a role. I had preached the night before, so my job was just to sit in the back row like a good Baptist and sing along and listen to the sermon. And at the end of that night, they called me up to the front, and 150 Swazi people sang happy birthday to me. And it was so cool. And you guys made 30 feel like 27, if not better. So I appreciate that. And I'm not sure how much detail I'm really going to go into. 27 was special for another reason. That was also the last birthday I had before my parents split up. So every birthday from that point on, I was kind of dreading because I knew I'd have to have a supper with Mom and a supper with Dad. So it made me kind of hate the idea of a birthday. But yeah, you made me feel loved and special. But here's the thing. Part of the reason 30 became so special was because I wasn't looking forward to 30 at all. That morning, we were supposed to play in Bailey, and I had to fight myself to get out of bed and to be here at 7:30. Not because I didn't want to go play with you guys, but because I just didn't want to face the music that day. That night, I had to drag myself to the service that night. I just didn't really want to deal with the idea of 30. And I almost left before the party got started, too. If it wasn't for Miss Ann, I'd have been gone, guys, and y'all would have played Stomp on the Balloon by yourselves. But part of the reason, I want to explain why I wasn't, really looking forward to 30. I'd kind of built 30 up in my head as, a end game for me. I'd asked earlier, what were your goals? What were your expectations? What are some things you're working towards or looking forward to? And I would do that. I would do that every year, and I would also set long-term goals. And for as long as I can remember, 30 was, the place where I expected everything to have happened for me already. I had already kind of settled in my mind that by the time I was 30, I would be married, I'd have kids, I'd be out of financial debt, I'd be coaching high school basketball, I'd be doing all these really cool things. And I'd also settled in my mind that if it hadn't happened by 30, then in my mind it wasn't going to get done. One of our youth has been joking about one of our leaders getting married by a certain time, and I'm not picking on that youth, and I don't want them to feel bad. But the idea is if it didn't happen, there'd be no hope. And, we'd laugh and joke, ha-ha, but in my mind, when 30 hit, that was reality for me. I'd have no hope to accomplish any of the things that I thought I would have accomplished by then. 2 weeks ago wasn't supposed to be a celebration. It was supposed to be a funeral for me. I was supposed to be mourning. I was supposed to be mourning all the things that I'd lost, all the things that I wanted in life slipping through that hourglass like sand. And once it goes through that hourglass, you don't get it back. I shared with a few of our leaders this week. By the way, you call them youth leaders. I call them BFFs, okay? They are truly some of the greatest friends, even if I wouldn't use that term with them because, I'm a 30-year-old guy. Why would I use that term? But I shared with them about how this past week was one of the hardest weeks for me to go through. First of all, that high from the party and the Need to Breathe concert the week before, it kind of wore off by Monday. And I was just kind of, going in my head, Tuesday at our practice for the music, our invitation song, I'm pretty sure it wrecked half of us emotionally. I don't know. We're going to sing it later. I don't know how. It's really tough. It perfectly describes the struggles I've been going through a little bit this week, just in my head a little bit. But anyway, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, I'm up till 1, 2, 2:30 in the morning. And I'm sitting beside my bed, I'm on my knees, and I'm praying, and I'm battling. You know, I'm surprised I didn't wake up Joe. I mean, I think at one point I just kind of screamed out in just agony. All the things just wrestling in my head, and all the things that I had set up. I'd had a million things going on at once. You know, I'm battling this narrative, this false narrative, by the way, that I've set up in my head about the age of 30, and I'm battling that idea. You know, I'm pinpointing all these different things in the past 7 or 8 years that I messed up, and if I hadn't have messed that up, then maybe I would have coached basketball, or maybe I wouldn't be in so much debt, or maybe I would have met someone that, you know, it would have turned into a really awesome relationship. And I was just battling all these different things at once. And I do this thing where I self-sabotage myself. You know, I tell myself that, you know, despite the roadblocks that I set up in my head, you know, I love my church. I have these really good things going on in my life. I love the church. I love the band. I love you guys. You guys are so awesome. I love my school. I mean, and that includes my old school and my new school. I love the people I worked with. I love coaching football. I mean, all these really good things are happening for me. But in my mind, I'm telling myself that these good things, they're not meant for me. I don't deserve happiness. I don't deserve joy. I don't deserve to get the things that I set up in my head that I would want. I don't deserve to be the youth leader of you guys. I don't deserve to be singing music in the band. I don't deserve any of this stuff. And, you know, all those good things, they're not meant for me. That's what I'm telling myself. So I look for ways out. You know, and I pull away from my friends. I'm pretty sure over the past 6 months, and y'all can correct me on this, I've tried to escape our group chat like 3 or 4 times. Not because I'm mad at them, not because they've said anything to me, but because I just don't deserve friendship like that. You know, last Saturday night I was telling Kyle, hey, I told you I would sing with the band until you didn't need me more. Well, you don't need me anymore. And I'm trying to walk away in just like the nicest way possible. Thankfully, he's very good about reeling me back in. I mean, but all of those good things that I've mentioned, the church, you know, the band, you know, over the past 6 months, I'm pretty sure I've tried to leave it at least once because, you know, I just tell myself I don't deserve it. And, you know, I wasn't mad at anything, just I don't deserve it. I remember back in May, one afternoon after the buses had left at Glendale Kinley, me and my AP at the time, Kelly Holland, we had this conversation. I told her flat out, I'm not coming to work tomorrow. I'm quitting. I don't deserve this job. I wasn't mad at anything going on. The buses had gone good, and I had just flat out told her, I'm not coming to work. I'm quitting. You can tell Miss Turner I will not be here because I don't deserve this. You need to find someone better. I'm so thankful she called me the next morning to make sure I was coming in because, well, you know, I like making money, so it helps keeps the bills paid. So I've had these situations in my life, even where recently it made all the sense in the world to go after something, whether it be a job or whatever, and I've held back because I've told myself I don't deserve it. Now, here's the thing. Any one of you who are sitting out here and says, you know what, that makes no sense at all. I agree with you. It makes no sense. No logical sense for me to throw away good things, for me to not want the love that you guys give me, to try to push away my friends, to try to quit my job over something that, whatever. I agree with you. But when the devil's been talking to you, he can make anything make sense, guys. So Thursday morning, I woke up an hour before I normally do. I felt refreshed. First night I have slept all the way through in about 2-3 weeks. Probably since Deep Impact. Those beds were great. That's a lie. I'm just kidding. But I get up and I see the sunrise, and it was a wake-up call. Because as I watched the sunrise over the trees in my neighborhood, because the trees are kind of blocking the actual sunrise, so you only saw the tip of it, but it was still gorgeous. It dawned on me, and yeah, you can get on me for using the word dawn, talking about a sunrise. I mean, I thought of that too. It dawned on me, no matter how hard I try, I could not sabotage how beautiful the sun was. I could not sabotage the sun rising. I could not mess up the beauty that God had created for me in that moment. That sunrise was beauty personified. It was just gorgeous, and there was nothing I could do to mess it up. You know, that was a message to me. And so here's what I'm getting at. In everything I described for that sunrise, how many times did I mention God? If you answered 0, well, I don't have a prize for you, but the answer is 0. I've begun to realize that I didn't trust in God's plan for me. I began to realize that I put restrictions on God. I would put these conditions with God. I would say, God, I'm asking for something in prayer, but you need to do it by this point in time. Otherwise, I'm not going to trust you. I've begun to realize that when the devil tells me that I'm nothing, or when the devil tells me that I have no hope to be debt-free, or to be a husband or a father, or the best youth leader that I could be for this group, that I need to immediately combat that by going to God in prayer. I need to go to one of my awesome friends to hold me accountable. Now, you're starting back to school this week, and I cannot stress this enough. The people you hang around will form and help form the kind of person that you're going to be. So if you hang out with people who are immersed in sin, you're likely going to be in there with them. And if you hang out with people who encourage you and who are lifting you up, then you're going to be one of those who encourages and is lifted up, and you're going to feel the blessings from God through that. And that's what I felt this week, because I went to my friends on Thursday, and I told them, and I've never told anyone about my issues with anxiety or depression, or, just it didn't never... it was one of those things I didn't have to do that, because everyone expects the leader of the youth group to have it all together. Everyone expects one of the leaders in the community at our schools. He's good. He's got to ooze leadership. He's the guy. He doesn't have problems. But I went to my friends, and I went straight to them, and I've been told this week, Tim, he told me that God will never leave me nor forsake me. That was the way he encouraged me. Joe told me that God knows the plans he has for me, plans to give me a future, to give me a hope. Hope. To give me a hope. Erin told me that she was there to spur me on in prayer every single day, and that I would not be overcome by anything that the devil put in front of me. Jacob shared with me that he's there for me, and that through our struggles, God will give us an opportunity to grow. Laura demonstrated to me that through adversity, God will always be there. Kyle told me a man named Jesus walked this earth, lived a perfect life, died a horrific death, rose from the grave, and he defeated death. He defeated my worries, my anxiety, my despair, and he gives me hope. There's a song I listened to last night about 12:45, and last night I was working on this. I wasn't, but the song was playing. I had a little shuffle on, and it kind of fit the moment perfectly. I'm gonna sing it. If you know it, you can sing it. Y'all know the word "Wasteland" by Need to Breathe. In this wasteland where I'm living. It's just so beautiful. It said, in this wasteland where I'm living, there is a crack in the door filled with light. and it's all that I need to get by. So as I said earlier, I've been a Christian for 17 years. Why didn't I trust God to begin with? And here's the reason: I didn't love God enough. Now, that sounds kind of silly on paper, but, of course I love God. He's the creator. He's the savior. Of course I'm going to say I love God, but here are the things that I loved more than God: my ego, money, prestige, lust, sports, my own plans, me. I didn't love God enough because I had made all those things, plus a lot more, idols in my life. But the joy of knowing who God is should have been enough for me. Turn to Proverbs chapter 4 if you have your Bibles, and I'm going to share that with you in just a moment. Don't fall into the same trap that I fell into. This is a new year, a new school year, a new opportunity. You're setting these expectations, but don't plan to set yourself up to where you're not trusting God, where you're not loving God, where you're loving your own plan for your life more than what God has in store for you. Let's not box God in to what we deem as acceptable in our lives. Let's recognize now that Jesus is the only one who can satisfy all of our needs, and that filling every bucket list in the world will never be enough, but Jesus is. Macy, come here. You got the Bible verse? Yeah, come here. Proverbs chapter 4, verses 20 through 27.
My child, pay attention to what I say. Listen carefully to my words. Don't lose sight of them. Let them penetrate deep into your heart, for they bring life to those who find them and healing to their whole body. Guide your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. Avoid all perverse talk. Stay away from corrupt speech. Look straight ahead and fix your eyes on what lies before you. Mark out a straight path for your feet. Stay on the safe path. Don't get sidetracked. Keep your feet from following evil.
A few things to take away from that for this school year for you. Walking with Jesus will help guard your heart. Walking with Jesus will help change what you say. Walking with Jesus will help keep you focused. And walking with Jesus will help you stay on the right path. Now, the disciples at times were great examples of this. They stayed on the path and it changed everything about them. And we're the modern day disciples of Christ. And we should be spending time with him through his word and in prayer every day. And I haven't been doing it, guys. And as a result, my heart wasn't guarded. I wasn't focused on Jesus. I wasn't on the right path. All because I neglected to love God, to spend time with him, and to trust him. I want you to walk with Jesus, just as we're starting to get back to routines in our life, going back to school, like waking up before noon. I want you to make spending time with God something that you get in the habit of doing. And I want you to know that you won't be alone. We have 15 youth leaders who are going to come alongside each of you and help hold you accountable. In fact, that's wrong. We're going to help hold each other accountable. We're going to help each other so we can spend time with God each day, and we're going to help each other out. In Philippians chapter 1, verses 9 through 11, Paul prays a prayer, and it will be my prayer for you. It will be my prayer for myself. And it says that my prayer is that your love may abound more and more with knowledge and all discernment, so that you may approve what is excellent, and so be pure and blameless for the day of Christ, filled with the fruit of righteousness that comes through Jesus Christ, to glory and praise of God. I'm praying for God to increase my love for him. I'm praying the John 3:30 prayer that he will increase and that I will decrease. I'm praying for God's plan to be all that I'm concerned with, and I'm praying all those things for each of you this school year. That He will increase in your life, and you will decrease. That you will know that He has a plan for you, and that you will not get caught in the same trap that I've been caught in. That you will not box God in and tell God He can't do something. Our invitation song, and that's your cue, by the way, is it's called A Reason to Sing. And man, I've had my life filled with some bad advice from the devil this week. To the point I had literally no reason to sing. You know, I'm pretty sure, like I mentioned earlier, I tried to quit this thing 8 days ago, guys. Because I felt like I had no place, that I wasn't needed, that I didn't have any particular reason to be there. And just like the song describes, you know, those pieces of my life, they were really just too shattered to gather off the floor. I was overcome by fear. You know, I let my fear dictate how I did things in life. But as beautifully as it's going to be sung tonight and lifted in praise to our wonderful God, there is a victory, guys. There is a melody to be sung over us, and that is the reason to sing. Maybe you've been in my shoes. Maybe what I talked about tonight didn't really mean anything to you. It was just, oh, Eric's going through a tough time, I don't really care. But maybe you understand what it's like to just ignore God and put your worries and fears, let that dictate your life. Maybe you know what it's like to have self-doubt or fear or that crippling anxiety that reduces you to almost nothing. Maybe you think to yourself that you're not good enough, that you shouldn't enjoy the gifts that God has given you. And make no mistake about it, God has given you a gift. Maybe you don't know a reason to sing. And if that's you, do not do what I did and just try to hold it inside and bury it away. I want you to find one of your youth leaders tonight. If you have to come up here and pull me off the stage, come do it. And let's talk. And let's pray. Let's cry if we need to. Let's be there for each other, and let's go to God together. No, I don't know what God's plan is for me. I don't know if I'll ever be debt-free because, you know, Barton College was super expensive. I don't know if I'm ever going to be the person who coaches basketball, or if I get to be a husband or to have kids, or if I'm going to be the great youth leader for y'all forever, how long it is. I don't know the answers to those questions, but I do know that I have stopped putting that restriction on God. I've stopped saying, God, you can't do this after a certain time period. I know this. I have hope. I have a reason to sing, and there's hope for you too. So if you're struggling with something tonight, find one of us as we sing. We'll stand and let's lift praise to God, for He is our reason to sing.
When the pieces seem too shattered to gather off the floor, and all that seems to matter is I don't feel you anymore. No, I don't feel you anymore. I need a reason to
Let's pray. Lord Jesus, you are the lover of my soul. You are the one who saved me from myself. You are the one who rescues me from all sin, Father. I praise you, I worship you, I thank you, Father, and I pray that you will keep my eyes focused on you. Father, I pray for the school year. I pray for our youth. I pray that they will walk with you, Lord, that they will keep their path aligned with yours, Father, that they will seek you, that they will seek your ways. And Father, I pray that they will always know that you love them, that you died for them, Father, and that they are worth something. Father, I love you. In Christ's name.